Hello, Ultranites here, and today we're going to be doing a quick tactica on the Razorback. Now, I'll start off straight out of the bat. This vehicle is the best vehicle we can field, without a doubt. Razorback spam in tawny lists, you see it a lot. I've seen a Space Wolf player I played a while ago. He brought last cannon Razorbacks, but they were going out of fashion, and my god, they were effective. For a 40-point base vehicle, with the last cannon, it adds like an extra 20 points into it. Without my codex being right next to me, I can't really check that out. But yeah, brilliant vehicle. 6-man transport capacity, which is a lot better than the Rhino, because obviously the Rhino you can't take independent characters in with it unless you're bringing a 9-man squad, which you're not going to bring because it stops you having to be heavy weapons and all that sort of shenanigans. You're not going to be bringing that. With this puppy, not an issue. 5-man squad, combat squad, throw a captain in. It's brilliant. Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot to say about it. I mean, it is a brilliant vehicle. Bring loads of them. Expensive, you have to have the money for it, but bring loads. The more of these you've got in your army, the better. I mean, they sort of hinted it in Codex, but, they're well off. You need a few of these. I happen to have 2 right on me. I've got 1 and 2. I bring them heavy bolted. Most people bring lance cannons. I would say bring lance cannons, but it makes them more expensive. I don't like that. I mean, I used to play a lot against Tyranids and Orcs, etc. And I didn't, lance cannons wouldn't help me there. I always spam my army. If you look at my army in detail, when I do an overview of my army, it's all built for horde killing. I mean, the Crusader I've got, the Disruptor variant of the Predator. Oh, this is just what I'm looking at right now. You got the Vindicator. It was all built for horde killing. My army when it first started at about 2,000 points. Obviously now it's 4,000 points. It's very varied, but certainly at the time. Anyway, that's what we're here to discuss. The Razorback tactics. Basically, a good tactic for keeping this thing alive, which is using the cheaper of the 2, Rhino. Sit it in front, sit a Razorback behind. Okay, your gun goes over the top. Okay, you can shoot. They ain't getting shots back at you. They can see barely 5% of your vehicle. Maybe 8 at a push, but they're not seeing a whole lot. You're getting a full up cover like that. Piece of cake. It's one thing you can do, but you're probably going to want to reserve that for your bigger vehicles. When you start the game, turn it on its side. If you're going first, it is turn it on its side. And basically, as soon as you get first turn, you turn it, you pivot on the line of deployment. Okay, from that to that. Suddenly you've gained like an extra 2-3 inches deployment. Then you zip it up 12 inches. Simple as that. 6th edition, it's gone amazingly well for this tank. It's got even more powerful. It can snap fire its heavy bolter, which is what you want to be doing. Yeah, it's going to keep shooting. It's going to keep causing hurt. And for a 40-point tank, it only will have to put some firepower in it to deal with it. I mean, I've seen my Razorbacks on a good day take 2-3 lance cannon shots. Yeah, he was biffing his rolls, but still, that's a lot of firepower being poured into it and to survive. And if they're shooting at this 40-odd point model, they're not shooting the rest of your army. And inexperienced players certainly will be very scared of a Razorback, because to them it looks like a tank. When it's got the lance cannons on and even the heavy bolt, it looks like a tank. It will perform like a tank. It will shoot them like a tank. They don't like it. It scares them. Certainly a brilliant upgrade for it is something like assault cannons, but you have to go out and buy the assault cannons separately. I was going to do it, decided not to. It was a lot of points spended and a lot of money I didn't have at the time, so I didn't bother. But that's always a good option because it allows you in 6th edition to snap fire 4 shots. You're 2 up to wound. You're rending, really effective. Good AP. It'll do a lot of hurt. Yeah, basically flamers, etc. I don't ever see fielded on it because it's just too hard to make the model, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there's a few tactics for it. I mean, you can use it as a line of sight blocker for your army. I wouldn't, because it's more expensive than a Rhino, and if you can do that, just bring a Rhino. Save those 5 points for something else. Put some metal bombs on the squad, whatever. Don't burn your points unnecessarily, especially when you're playing against experienced players. They all make it hurt for those 5 points. What I like to do is when this moves up, it disembarks its men. It's 5 men, probably a captain in there, whatever. You disembark them. This thing then moves around them 6 inches, Okay, so it's blocking enemy line of sight. They can't see the squad. You can then turn your gun on them and make up for the men that can't see and shoot at them. In 5th edition, this tactic was particularly nice because you could have 5 men in the squad out shooting with it. 6th edition, you can't, because I can just focus fire and get away that cover save. Not that there's a lot that can ignore Space Marine armour. That enemies will be firing at you. Still, you got to watch out for things like Wraith Guard and all that sort of thing when it comes to your Marines, so that's always a good option. Pretty much it for the Razorback. I mean, bring a lot of them, okay? Every 10-man squad should have 2 of these with them, okay, at least. At your army. You know, don't obviously go stupid unless you're playing tournament lists. Don't go stupid and go out and go, right, mum, I've got to go and buy 20 odd Razorbacks. Saying, you know, this is more aimed at the, you know, the lower down players in the lists. You know, who play for fun against their friends, etc. Don't. Okay, cause that's £200 odd. Don't waste that, mate. You know, I'm assuming, you know, for Christmas present or something. No, don't. I obviously work for my money and pay it on the on my army. So if I wanted that, I can go out and do that. Don't waste your money. But certainly, it's a good tactic. I have 2 rhinos, and I tend to field 4 razorbacks. When I play friendly games, you only ever see me with 2 because I don't like spamming them on a friend unless we're playing competitively or tournament list testing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Razorback. I mean, it's a versatile vehicle. A few good ways to counter it, because you will see it a lot on the battlefield. It's quite a cheesy tactic, and it's quite an obvious one, and you're going to go, why tell me that? Put some shots into it. Preferably las cannon. Preferably. You're not going to be wanting using crack missiles, because there's a chance it's going to fail. These things have taken a few crack missiles in their time. They do fail. You're going to want you to be using las cannons and melters. I know you're thinking, well, obviously, those are the 2 that's going to destroy them pretty much as soon as they hit. Yeah, I mean, you can move them around a bit and try and get saves, but they're going to be in the open, Razorbacks. It's just, that's where they want to be, shooting off shots and saving men. Give them smoke launchers, definitely. For that first turn movement at 12 inches, they need the smoke launchers. See there, smoke launchers. They need them. But yeah, just hit them with a las cannon, they should die. They're only armor 11 on the front, like 11 on the side, 10 on the rear. Yeah, they will die pretty quickly. But, you know, you're paying 40 odd points. And that's the great thing, is they're 40 points. They will be taking an unholy amount of fire for 40 points. Any las cannon that gets shot at this and not at my land raider, I'm happy. You know? Cool, destroy this, 40 points. I could buy another 8 of those with the land raider, or maybe not 8, but certainly a few of them. Anyway, that's the Razorback Tactica for at the moment. I may update this because you know, there's always updating tactics for it, etc. When I see them fielded more, I probably won't. I mean, they're a pretty basic unit. It's that and the Rhino. I mean, the tactics don't really change. It's pretty much get it up there and shoot off some guns. Okay, thanks for watching. This is Ultra Knights Gaming, and cheers.